Tavita taking this one the distance. Forge just did not have an answer. And again, it was 31 points in the first half, or excuse me, straight there to take a huge lead. Pittsburgh Forge came back tough, but a big performance from the ladies from the Utah Vipers.
We can see there the first champions of the weekend, the Austin Blacks, just clinched their fourth title, beating Colusa County 86-0. It was a clinic. We were just talking off camera that it was a clinic in kicking. Absolutely fantastic display of multiple 50-22s in a game. But let's check in with these teams. Today we have Nova in the purple, kicking off to Utah in that white strip. They're both purple sides. They have purple in their logos, purple everywhere. So really helpful that they could wear separate jerseys today. These teams, to get here, they had to survive 28 women's D1 teams, all playing across the United States regionally. Then they went to their Gulf Coast, they went to their super regionals. We had all the super regionals, Pacific, Atlantic, Gulf Coast, and Northern to get here. And of course, on Friday, we saw Nova upsetting the Surfers, the defending champions, 31-24. Our referee in the center getting us going, Lindsay Oliver out of Southeast SURS. We're in the referee lingo, and she is assisted by Jacob Gonzalez and Alexis DeFries. Deeper kickoff there. We'll see Utah with the first possession of this game. We're expecting a very physical matchup. Utah very, very like to use their front up, the forwards just pound, and you can see a bit of that. Nova's going to have to just be true on defense today. Nova's going to play a little bit of a slicker game. They will use their forwards, but expecting them to try to go around the outside. And Utah's got some dangerous back three to cover that. Tim, what else do you think we can expect today?
You called it. We've seen the power runs already coming there from the Utah Vipers. Strong one there from Whittison, but the defense holds firm there for Northern Virginia, shoves them out into touch. Spreading the field here with our first line out, see if they can get it wide.
Second pod, down and out, and this is where we'll start to see them work. So the fake forward pods now all the way out to the edge already. The fullback just holding on. What a fend, looking for that offload. It's going to go into Utah's hands with scrum advantage. And they will sometimes do this. We'll see some kind of slow ball from them. They're not worried about always going fast. They will sometimes, but they like to kind of have a set platform and then use their footwork to try to find the gaps. Just another little whistle there by Oliver. Another knock on, and that could be some of the pressure we might see.
Here for the Utah Vipers, they've got lots of talent out there, but yesterday 5 tries, 5 different try scores, so they can strike from all over the pitch. A couple of backs getting into the action as well, but up front, Mai Lau, number 2, has been a force yesterday. She had some great runs. Let's see if they can keep this one in. Again, they have the ability to spin it outside, but most of that pressure they're going to bring is going to be from those offloads running straight at the teeth of the defense.
Absolutely. We just saw a quick little reset there of the scrum, a restart. Making sure we've got shoulders out and hips up for the safety of those players. A little bit of a push there from Nova, but settles into Utah's hands from the base, little behind the back, and now the double skip pass. Lots of potential there. But we're going to have another scrum, and that's kind of some of the free-flowing play that you'll see from Utah. They like that style, and we're hopefully going to get to see a lot of it today.
Like number 12, Tumalatai, out of Life University, trying to make that skip pass, but just hit a little low to the target. Trickled through and a knock on, so still heavy pressure as we see the danger woman there on the outside. Asuman had a huge run around the corner just a few moments ago. Watch out when she gets her hands on it.
Absolutely, and Asuman out of Ashburn, Virginia, went to James Madison University, is a registered nurse and has logged some hours at Granada Sevens, which is a sweet international tournament. It's pretty high level as well. Big push, let's go. We have been here all weekend at Round Rock Multipurpose Complex. Beautiful fields. You can see that grass there, and the stands are full. They're just all sitting in the shady part of it because it is quite warm here as we see a scrum penalty, 85 degrees out there, and there is a breeze, and we hope that lasts in a little tiny bit of cloud cover, so it's really good weather. Maybe a little warm for some of these teams, but this is actually really good weather for May and Austin.
Neil Johnson sends this one into touch and sets up a line out inside the 22. Best attacking opportunity so far here for Nova.
That it is, Tim. They're going to go two-pot, bit of an overthrow, but stays with them. Picked up by Reyes. Now going to get right back to work into the hands of R.K. Lutton. Did see Utah played a lot of defense in their second half of the game yesterday. Had an attempted comeback from their opponent, so they spent a ton of time on defense, and they were critical on the 5-meter line, took away several opportunities from their opponent. Pittsburgh Forge had lots of opportunities to score, and Utah took it away several times. As you can see there, now they're pushing them back and may have turned this over. They have. We saw this so much yesterday. They're deadly at the breakdown, especially on the 5-meter line. And they rarely kick it out. They prefer to run it out, so we'll see this all day. A little bit of space there. That's McKee. She is the key for them at that fullback position. Now Pepe getting a little touch on it. And again, the skip pass. A bit of a knock on there. We did see in Utah's game yesterday, they tried to run it out of their own end and it ended up going out the back. So there is that risk, but they're very confident in this style.
Manuel, the number 8, could not hang on to this one, and so the Vipers still pinned inside their own 22. Nova with the put into the scrum. Ladies from Northern Virginia, an incredible year. Again, that upset victory over the defending national champ San Diego Surfers have them ready to take this one home here in Austin.
They've got split backs as well, so they can go either way with that scrum pretty much in the middle of the field, about 8 meters out. You can see those posts in the shot. To the right side as the scrum was getting pushed a little bit. It's into the fly half's hands. Johnson. Now they'll go to the right side. Forward pods to work, but good defense. Driving them back all the way to the 22. Stays with them. Good support. Now the lock will have a run. The captain, Cokington. And a penalty there. Offsides. Nova will go quick. Onto this left side. There is some space out here if they can move it through the hands into the fullback's hands. Asuman out to the wing. Big tackle there from McKee. Just right on that 5-meter channel. Nice little step there by the 8. Miller. Again, go to that right side. Just using every inch of this field. Now right up the gut. This is where Utah is so strong. Trying to hold that up, but it's now a tackle, says the referee. Now they go close in. Still at that 5-meter line. This is lots of phases, spending tons of time down here. Very measured in attention. That's a better leg drive by Nova. 2 meters. Now we've got penalty advantage. Here comes. And the informal warning from Oliver. 2 penalties in a row.
Have a word as well.
I think they've got an option, so new law a couple years ago.
You're not rolling, you got to get out of there.
You can pick the space the spot that's more advantageous. It's kind of a funny law when it's like right there and right there, like it's 2 meters that way. Which way would you like to go?
They'll take between the posts. Last time they were this close, it was the Vipers that were able to poach it away. Looking to pound this one in.
Some trickery there. Good job by Oliver to keep them away, though. They can't go until they actually tap the ball. Now they're really close there on the line, pushing it in, punching. Did they get it? Yes, Michelle Reyes scores first for Nova.
Able to punch that one in, kept it tight. It Did look a little bit like there that Lou GK may have stood up and kind of pinned that one in. As you see, number 1 gets to the side here to drive that one through. Maybe a little bit of an obstruction, but they're able to get over the line, rolls over, and touches it down for the first 5 points of the match.
Kind of like a line blocker right there. What's that called in the gridiron? A lineman, a
Fullback
blocker,
involved.
right? Yeah. Yes. Don't have TMO at these events, but looking like this one will go down as we await the conversion attempt. Fly half will take a shot at this. Camille Johnson, 26 years of age, 5'7", 160 pounds, out of Grants Pass, Oregon. Went to Dartmouth and was a member of the 2022 national championship team, among several other accolades. But that conversion does sail through. Nova takes our lead 7-0.
See there, final look. Kind of landed on her back, but had the presence of mind to swim over, lay on top of it, and dot it down for the try. In the squad here from Nova, looking for their 3rd national championship.
So the kickoff, the restart deep. Just a bit of a loose ball there. Who can come up with it? Looks like Nova's going to keep it. Now going to just work out of their own end. And Nova taking a page from Utah's book. They're going to run this out. It's looking very promising as Ariel Johnson, 7's capped eagle, gets them a bit of space. Do have a Utah player down back here, getting up slowly. Now Utah stolen. Just a bit of isolation in the poach there. They're very deadly there. Now the penalty turnover.
And Molisi, number 4, there off her feet, just went right to deck, hands over the top of the ball and sealed that one off. Penalty against the Vipers. They'll get sent back 10. Kick finds touch right at midfield though. As you see again, fight for it there. There's the pick, takes this one in. You'll see the seal coming in just right down on top of it, not supporting her weight, and get dinged for the penalty.
Contested lineout, but stays with Nova again. Utah getting that almost a hand on that one. Now out to the right side. Little stutter step by the fly half and then puts the left foot to it. It's just over the head. I think that's McKee. So she has to track back. Now picks it up. There's a beautiful footwork from her. We saw this all weekend. Able to isolate herself, but now Nova stolen again. Nice little winger there, a little sidestep as well. Jamin showing she's got the skills as well. Another penalty against Utah for not rolling. That's their 3rd.
As we're really starting to tack up now. Opportunity for the kick into touch. And Nova just relentlessly applying the pressure here. As Wendy, we really haven't seen the Vipers with much possession, just giving it away too easily.
Yeah, their only possession has really been when they steal it, but then Nova's stealing it right back. So you can't, it's hard to work from that. They do like transition ball. It's hard to work from that. And then the other thing, Tim, we need to talk about also is Utah only has 5 reserves. They've made it all through Friday, no major injuries, but we wonder if that will become a factor later in this game. It's Nova going to the 2-pod and then a quick down and out into Jamin's hands. She gets some nice leg drive. They're inside the 5 meters, so 2 to 3 meters out here. This is where they scored just a few moments ago. Reyes scoring their first try. Tight again. Pushed back just a little bit. They're going to stick with their forwards and just try to pound this in. It's the 8. Miller with that carry. And then Abate, the 9, is going to go to the right side. It's a little bit uncovered. And it's another quick try. Donna Jamin scoring for Nova.
Great job. They went left on the pick and goes about 3 or 4 times. Had that defense ready there on the left side of the ruck. As you see, they continue to kind of swim over. See the fly half letting her know. Camille Johnson with the assist there, shouted out, look right, and Jamin takes it the distance, easy pass. out to the outside, and the second try of the match for Nova.
You have to wonder as we wait for this conversion that this is probably Nova's experience. They've been here so many times. They've won it in 2019, 2022, and they were in this exact place last year and they lost to San Diego 45-22. So they've done this. They've got and know how it feels. There's no jitters. Wonder if that's going to play a big factor today.
Just a huge opportunity to get that monkey off the back from last year with the victory on Friday.
Johnson's strike just didn't quite have enough leg. That wind is right into her face. So he's a tough kicking for the place kickers today.
That had to give them confidence, as they lost last year to the Surfers and then able to make a dominant victory. They're 31-24. They fought with grit through the entire match, and now they are coming out playing with confidence, already up by 12 under 12 minutes on the clock.
Another deep restart with that wind at their back does give a little bit of a benefit there. The fullback picking this one up. Asumen, she doesn't offload to her teammate. Nova just gets right back to it. A little bit of a knock on there. I think we're going to have double knocks and then a forward. So we'll end up with a Nova scrum. And while they set up on the other pitch, our women's D2 final underway, 60th minute, and Crew has taken the lead 31-14 over Phoenixville. You can see some of the crowd filing in to our stands. It's starting to get really full under the shade.
See there on the other side, Phoenixville, the White Horse, just not able to stop the Crew on top here. And back in our action, Ahotailoa had that big hit, number 5, for the Vipers, sends it back to the scrum.
A great shot of the action. Almost feel like you're in that scrum, and what a kick that is. McKee has to track all the way back over. She's able to gather it in. Bounces off her own little player there, but no tackler around, so we play on. Good leg drive from Dallas McKee. Utah, really their first chance at some ball and possession play. A poach attempt from Nova, but was it done legally? No, says Oliver.
Just involved in there, not rolling away the call. She was able to get that one squirted out. Got to make sure you get out of there and allow that ball to be playable as quickly as possible. The referee did a good job spotting the infringement.
Now Utah right back to it with Olivier Oatialoa taking that one up. Now then her partner in crime, Susan Widdison, with a carry, but Nova, loose ball again. Ball retention has been a problem this weekend in several of our matches. A penalty off our feet. That support from Nova was a little bit late. Utah's going to go quick out to the left side. They did start doing this in their second half of their match yesterday. And that's the captain, Shannon Woolley, wearing the 7, longtime captain for Utah. And now the penalties switching. Now Nova finding themselves in trouble.
And just making that tackle and finding yourself caught on the opposite side of the ruck, you've got to show the referee that your intent to at least try to roll out of there. Just laid on top of it. The ball wasn't cleanly coming out. An easy penalty call there for Oliver.
Huge collision out there, a double tackle, but she survives and is still driving forward. 2 Nova players on her. Inside to that 22-meter line, just outside of it. As Toki gets us going at that scrum half position, so critical. Woolley on a carry. Lots of side-to-side action, though. Still kind of stuck outside this 22-meter. They need to find a way to penetrate this defense. Big run there by 25. Mailau now across the 22-meter line. Keeping it the same direction. Boom! There's a bounce and a volleyball pass. What is it going to end up? Scrum advantage for Utah. Starting to hear, they're getting closer to me up in the booth, and I can hear these collisions, not just through the mic of the referee, but just in general. It's massive. Another scrum.
Yeah, had the advantage being played there, went a couple of phases, but ended up going the wrong direction. But they've got another, or probably their best attacking opportunity here inside Nova's 22-meter line with the scrum coming. As we take a second look, a big-time pop to try to fend her off, but a good push from behind from Molisi as they continue to just force their way down the field. Scooped out of there, but we'll come back here for the penalty. Excuse me, we'll come back here for the scrum. Wendy already down by 12. They were on top big in the first half, put up multiple tries against the Forge, but kind of an opposite end of feeling here as they are already down by 12 and just looking to try and stay involved in this match.
Absolutely, and they don't find themselves playing from behind very often, Utah. We have a huge point spread, and they score prolifically and brutally as well. And you were just speaking about Kayla Malisi. She's 19, the youngest Viper on this side, but has played for 7 years out of Glendale, Utah, as they take it around the edge, looking for some space here. It's the scrum half, finding just a big bruising hit there. And Toki can't hold on to it, so now Nova, spoilers.
See, the number 8, Vaimalo Manuo, has been incredible so far. She had that hard pushing run earlier, had a try yesterday, gets that pass off as she orchestrates the offense, but a strong tackle coming in. I think that was Petronzio that was able to get low and jar that ball loose and give Nova the scrum.
Key tackle there to stop that attack. I think the scrum half Toki thought she could commit her, obviously, and then get the offload, but that ball just dribbling out of her hands. Big shove from Utah, but picking it from the base. Miller, she's still on the run. Still going, finally brought to deck. Now quick ball for Nova. Out to that right side. Johnson out to the fullback.
Advantage.
You mean? Now they're going to change directions. There's a lot of space right in the middle of the field. They just got to go forward. Now it's coming together. It's Ray as our try scorer, but we're going to come back for the penalty. The crowd didn't like that.
Yeah, Vipers were offsides a few phases before that. Almost able to take full advantage of that. Pushed forward a good 15, 20 meters, but we'll come back for the kick.
Not too much distance on that one, but we'll get it out. We might have our water break here. And it has been, in the last few minutes, Utah sort of having some momentum, but Nova with those 2 early scores. We're going to take a break and we'll step away, but we'll be back in a moment with more action.
With the right plan, the right team, and hard work, even the most unpredictable events can be overcome. At USI, you have the whole team on your side, protecting you from the unexpected and making sure you bounce back better than ever. We take the time to understand your concerns and provide solutions with customized game plans for you and your business. It's Major League focus and results for you. And we call it the USI One Advantage.
I chose to take Thorn supplements over.
From the Sharks, number 8.
Once again, Van de Hoven up in the air. Inciarte. Oitomen, he breaks. Will he have the support? Be there and support. It's a long run. Will he get there? He gets there. It's a try. Under the post. 7 points.
Welcome back. 20 minutes into this women's D1 final. Nova in the driver's seat so far, 12-0. No points for Utah yet, but we have seen them starting to threaten. Restart with that line out. quick whistle. We're gonna just reset this line out. Just make sure everybody's in the right spot. But Tim, the first 20 minutes has been a little bit of a back and forth with some knock-ons, not necessarily the right kind of back and forth, I would say.
Yeah, you've seen the potency really from both sides. The Vipers don't have the points to show for it. We've seen the power that they've got to be able to push their way down the field. Just a couple too many mistakes that have stifled those attacks. And Nova have been the more potent offense, getting over inside the 22-meter line and punching it in both times.
This is a good shot for them. Beautiful line out into the back's hands. Let's see what they can do. Big tackle coming in, poach attempt. What a steal that is by Utah. We have seen just skill at the breakdown, and that's another display of that work. Utah will take over on this attack. Go from the base. Mylau, the hooker wearing 2. Again, they line this up. Just trying to commit as many forwards as they can. Now Toki will get them going to the backs. A little bit of a bounce pass, so Tavita under a bit of pressure, so she releases. Another little knock on there. So we'll have another scrum. Nova with possession this time.
Again, we saw a couple of phases there, and then trying to get it out to the backs. Tumalatai looked like she was going to be able to push through. But another knock-on slows things down for the Vipers. We were able to talk with Coach Shalady there for Utah before the match. So proud of his ladies to be able to get here. As you mentioned, only bringing, about 20 players to this match. They need all of these athletes to be able to stay finely tuned. With one on the deck there, that could be a big detriment as we move through this match.
Now she is receiving a bit of attention. We can check in on the other field. It looks like Tampa has just scored again. Just seeing that replay, looking like it's just too much for Phoenixville. Tampa undefeated on the year as they cross that 40 points. Waiting for the conversion here, but 40 points up on Phoenixville. Conversion looks like it's good over there. So Tampa Bay, first time both of those teams have been at the national championship, so it was going to be an exciting win for either of them, but Tampa looking like they may have punched their ticket to a trophy.
Great performance from them. 45 points. It was another big win yesterday as well. And so the Crew, our second national champion, set to be crowned here about 12 minutes away here on this pitch. Little treatment being given though, as that's Nez trying to work through and hold strong for her squad.
Yeah, it might be a contact. They're doing the block the wind thing, so it might just be that. Hopefully it is quite windy out there. No, now she comes off. Hate to see that, but hopefully she'll be all right. Just needs to step off and let her reserve come on. So that's Bree Nez, 21 years of age, another young player on this side, Draper, Utah, out of Lindenwood University, and is a volleyball coach.
Yeah, when we look through the rosters, really the youngest player, 23 years old, excuse me, a couple of young 20s there, but not definitely a more experienced roster there for Nova. A lot of youth coming through the club, been building this thing for the last 10 years, their coach said, all coming to fruition now. So many of these athletes coming through, Life University, Lindenwood University, all coming together here for the Lady Vipers, but they will have to make a substitution. Scrum down here back for Nova.
Nova would like to get some more points on that board. Utah is so dangerous. You can't let them have any time with the ball. Go to that right side. They do like to use that 5-meter channel. Just try to pin their defense. And that is just adept running there by the winger. Jamin, she's gone around 3 or 4 players and made it look like they didn't even try to tackle her. Now still going is Nova. They've got tons of room over here on the left side. If they can just pin and pace. Beautiful pass out to the other winger. We've gone all the way through the hands, but into touch finally. You can see the frustration there from Molly Petronza. Wanted a bit more from that.
Good team defense. You see the white jerseys fringing out, desperately trying to cover the field. 3 of them coming together here on the near side to assist in this tackle. Wrangle her out into touch. Great defensive effort there. Coming on to the match, Kendall Hess is the substitute that steps onto the pitch there for Nez, number 18.
Long throw, not to hand. Nova going to end up with it with a really flat pass to keep that attack going inside the 22. McInerney gets them in. Now out to the other flanker, Hall. Alyssa Hall with a good carry. Little miss pass to the outside, and again, just stepping around these defenders. They're coming across really hard with their hips turned, so they're cutting inside and really finding some gaps. There's Anderson. Now another pick from the base from Nova, 5 meters out, hunting for more points. Again, just going to use those forwards to hammer this in if they can. But again, we've seen Utah's defense is very strong on the in goal. They really want to keep them out if they can. 2 meters. Now they release to the backs. Inside ball. Beautiful. It's Johnson, USA Sevens player, getting it done for Nova.
Beautiful inside pass there. Ariel Johnson came blazing through, took it from Camille Johnson, the fly half, made that beautiful inside pass. We'll take a second look here. Pick and drive after pick and drive down the left-hand side. They keep coming, then the pass. Beautiful line here. Inside ball is there. Defense can't get there in time. And an easy try, their 3rd of the day. And Wendy, on the offense or defensive end here for Utah Vipers, we saw so many poaches that they were able to pull away yesterday. They were clinical with that, but Northern Virginia, Nova has been relentless, just clearing those rucks time and time again, sending in multiple players to clean things up and retain possession time and time again.
Well, and if I know the Nova coaches, I know they watched the film last night and absolutely picked up on that they were so lethal at that defensive position. So you know they spoke about it and conversion going through there. And so the adjustments here, as we still have plenty of time to play, but wonder at the halftime if any adjustments can be made by Utah to try and stop this potent Nova side.
See the try score out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Ariel Johnson getting it done, celebrating with the rest of her team here. A great day from Round Rock, Texas. Crowd packing in here to the stadium. Thank you so much for joining us on the Rugby Network. But so far, all Nova trying to get another championship.
Restart. A bit of a bobble there, but it was backwards, so Nova will still keep the ball. It's a big carry by the captain, Cokington. Now out to the backs again. They've been so dangerous this game. A short kick, so Utah will take over. Nova is pressuring. See if they can steal this. Get the penalty. Ball carrier not releasing.
On the opposite side of things, on the offensive end for Utah, they did make quite a few mistakes as well in those rucks. Losing quite a few coaches. It was back and forth there in the first half. We're seeing a little bit of that here. They have not been able to clean that up so far. Should still trail now by 3 tries.
And Nova plays in the East Coast South League, which is a kind of a conglomerate of Capital, Empire, and Mid-Atlantic. So those teams travel up and down that East and South Coast conference, and they were 8-0, top of the table. Really just prepped them so hard for this, where Utah plays in the Frontier Red River, which is a fewer teams, only 5 teams there. And they play much of their games in the spring, so they play a very packed schedule, as we see another penalty against Utah. But Utah plays pretty much late March on, so they have a really long not a long buildup. It's a quick buildup, and it's very intense. And you have to wonder, we've been talking about the teams that play only in the fall or they play a split. Utah's kind of got that packed schedule where they haven't stopped playing since March. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. A bit messy there, but stays with Nova. Johnson, nice little pass there to the inside center. Lutton now to the wing again. Can she reach there? She's at the edge. Gonna check this one is Oliver.
Yep, good on touch.
Volley, Patronizio gonna get the score.
So we take a second look. Beautiful work there, stepping in, bringing 3 defenders with her, and a wonderful looping run by Lutton, and a fantastic pass finds the winger on the outside. Thought she was going to be able to take it home herself, but a beautiful pass finds its target, dots it down in touch, and secures the 4th try of the match for Nova.
Nova starting to kind of make this really difficult. We have seen teams come back. We have fantastic games yesterday. Oceanside, Oside Chiefs, the one that comes out of my mind, the comeback in the second half to win that one against Boston Irish Wolfhounds, and we'll see them a little bit later this afternoon. Comebacks can happen, but when you score this much in the first half, it does make it difficult. 10 minutes left in this game as we await the conversion attempt. So far, Camille Johnson is perfect on the day. Just a bit of a tougher, she's missed one because the wind is in her face, so a bit of a tough kick here. It's on that sideline. That one left foot gonna just go short. Nova 24-0, 24 points in the first half. Utah had some possession and we've seen some sparks, but nothing consistent, Tim.
Yeah, just too many mistakes on the offensive end, too many knock-ons. Have got to come together a little bit more in the rucks, play as one unit, because just too many mistakes each and every time that they have gotten over that midfield stripe. Something coming back to bite them, to stifle the attack, and so they just need to play a little bit more continuity, try to play for each other, have multiple players at each and every ruck, and good things might be able to start ticking up on the board for them.
And this kick really deep, so it's in the end goal, touchdown. So we can go all the way back to the center of the pitch here.
Good effort there from number 14, Daisy Malie, was able to chase that one down, apply the pressure, because it looked like they were going to have time to let that one trickle all the way out over in goal. But instead, the pressure came and forced them to touch it down. We're going to bring this one back to a scrum center.
One of the many restart laws that are very unique. You have to know what they are if you're a winger or a fullback that might find themselves in that position, but done well by Nova. So now they get the scrum at the 50. We can see again, they've got split backs. Johnson notably on the left here. So is the fullback, assuming as well.
Fine. Let's get it, Vipers, let's go. Set.
Nice stable scrum. They do go to that right side. To Lutton's hands. She's tackled well by her opponent. Gonna come back that same opposite direction now with the forwards. Forwards in the line, always a scary prospect when you're up against a prop. Contention there at the breakdown, but not legally. Tackler not releasing.
Yeah, My Lau had her hands on it as that tackle was made, never let go, so easy call for Oliver. We're seeing some big pops there from the Utah Vipers. Manuo, number 8, it's been tremendous out there, but again, Nova just continuing to matriculate themselves down the pitch already with 4 tries.
They'll get the resulting line out. Does look like Oliver's gonna have a little chat here maybe. Calling over Shannon. Have to think it's about repeated infringements. There's maybe not a clear trend other than too many penalties.
Yeah, just a little undisciplined out there and giving away too many of these and letting Nova just keep pushing.
Off the top again. To that inside center. She's got forwards on her hips if she needs them. Now, beautiful box kick. There's nobody at home except for Nova, the try scorer.
White, you have an option.
The whistle will come back for that.
Penalty about.
Sounding very exciting on the other field. I think through moments away from taking home their first national championship. The women's Division II. We're going to come back, it looks like, for a scrum.
Thank you.
Two national champions in the books. Third coming here. Already just 9 minutes away from halftime, but it's been all Nova. Again, trying to come away with another national championship, perennial powerhouse. The upstart Utah Vipers been building and building for the last 10 years. Right now, it has been all Nova throughout the first half.
And the last few finals have been Atlantic teams taking it home. It's such a strong group over there. Of course, San Diego's from Pacific, but if you look through the history, the Atlantic region, very strong. As you can see, Utah getting some time with ball in hand now. See what they can do with it. We know they're dangerous. Just got to find a way to get through this Nova, the purple wall. Ball retention is going to be key. Little show and go there. There's a gap. Now getting down to the deck to keep the attack going. Phases start to stack up. Woolley almost losing that one, holding on the captain, just leading from the front. And that one, penalty, just can't touch the scrum half, can't go for the ball like that. 7s, that's a yellow card. 15s, there's a little bit of leeway for that.
Able to come away with the penalty, and we've seen some, again, relentless power running, but if you're Utah, I don't know, maybe tired legs coming to fruition here in that forward pack as they are only having about one person in the right each time. They're having to really struggle to retain possession.
And the boom being laid down there, but as you can see, the supporters are just a hair slow. It's very concerning that they're going to get poached again, but they're going to go way out to the backs here. Flooding through the lines is Nova. Now Canuch. Coming around to the left side, but Nova has stolen. Big kick coming in, brought in by McKee, the fullback. She's been stellar for Utah today. Now the crowd getting behind Utah. Tomaletai, big carry from her. Still going is Utah. Loose ball. Nova falling on it. Stealing them. The momentum swing again. Nova, just the spoilers. Oh, big hit there. The hooker coming through. She knocked it on. Mylau just smashing her.
Set up the scrum here. Opportunity in the last 5 minutes to try and get some points up on the board. And the Vipers played from in front most of the day yesterday. They were up 31-3 at one point. So far, it has just been too many mistakes and relentless power from the perennial national champion, the Vipers, just trying to find something here in the last 5 minutes.
Thought we might have a replacement coming in, but Milo, 25, wearing that number 25 jersey, able to get back up and join that scrum again. Another young player for this Utah side, 21 years of age, 5'5", 205 pounds out of Magna, Utah, but has played for 13 years, including a Utah High School Girls Championship in 2013. And then I can't read the rest. There's not enough time. She's won almost a major championship since 2013, almost every year since then. So a fantastic player to have on your side. As Utah going to go out to their backs on the right side here. Behind the back pass, little loop there. He's going to come and seal the rucks. Hess, replacement, going to come in, play a little scrum half. Now the 8. Manu O taking it up. Starting to see Utah rally around this ball and seeing a spark here, momentum with them the last few minutes here. And you have to think they've got to score before halftime to have any hope in this second half. We are inside the 22-meter line. Content to just take this slow.
Tackle.
Widdison with a carry. You can hear their replacements cheering them on. This is the moment. The lock, she thinks about a long pass, but keeps it in her hands. Elise, the 19-year-old, the youngest member of this squad. Go from the base. Milo again, always good for a few yards after the carry. Now out to the backs. And again, McKee all the way to the edge. The flanker hanging out on the edge. I love that. Canuch. So close now. Few meters. They are in that 5-meter channel. They'll need to be careful. Now it comes in a little bit closer. Inside center, but a penalty. Double whistle. Oliver now going to have a chat with Nova. No, the cheese. Yellow card.
2
For
intentional knocks in a row.
Nova. It's the 8.
In a critical area.
Miller receiving the yellow card. If you're Utah, you love that.
2 in a row we hear from Oliver, so repeated infringements. Brings the yellow card out. You called it. The Vipers need to score here. We'll see some power.
The pass was a little bit slow. Nova was quick on the rush, but stays with the Vipers. Nice little inside line, Milo. She's there on the line. Can she get it across? Very smartly puts it back so it's short. Don't want a goal line dropout. Now, the replacement, 25, Milo. One of 2 Milos on this pitch. She's also short, but nice control. Again, over the line. Now it's Milo. It's Milo connection. It's Etta. The score. An HEB Sevens prospect plays here in Texas and getting it done.
Uh-oh, and Etta getting it done. 3 straight drives for the Milo sisters. Punch it home, and it's exactly what they needed. They love playing power rugby, and no one does it better there than Etta Milo. The 28-year-old, been playing for 13 years, and gets the first try of the match for the Utah Vipers. Great effort.
This conversion will be important.
BC will set up to take this one.
19 years of age, given a pretty big job here. She does have tons of experience, 7 years. I'm just reading here in the notes. She will be going on a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints mission soon. Very exciting for her. As we will go to the half. Utah scoring at the buzzer, but Nova on top, 24-5.
A great first half for Nova. Everything really going their way, but the Vipers showed what they do best. They were able to push that one home. I think they can do it more. Again, they put up 31 points yesterday, so no slouches on the offensive end, but too much power coming in from Nova as they are looking for another national championship here on the D1 side. They've played an outstanding first half to get underway.
We will step away for your second half. Be back in about 10 minutes. Nova in the lead, 24-7 over Utah, but we've got another 40 minutes of rugby for you.
To understand the game in its fullest, you need to understand what's happening to the ball.
Gilbert is synonymous with every major event that's happened in our sport.
The ball is a conductor of the orchestra. We put a tiny microchip inside the ball. We're getting location information from the ball, speed, spin, distance, trajectory, hang time.
The technology and the innovation behind this ball is truly a game changer.
When we pick up the ball, we also pick up a legacy. A legacy that stretches beyond your current team. A legacy built on the backs of those who came before you with hard work. And for those who will come after you, we promise it won't be easy. But we'll be there, supporting you on and off the field.
The moment you have all been waiting for has finally arrived. The first rugby game that allows you to play and get rewards is now live. Step into tournaments, be the ultimate manager, earn free jerseys and match tickets. It is the heart of rugby, now in digital glory. Build your strategy using real player cards. It's your game, your moves. Buy, trade, play, and create your lineup. For cards, your legacy. Experience rugby like never before. Take your fantasy rugby experience to the next level. Join Overlay.
There might be some dark days, and who have you relied on, and who's been sort of your support system to get you through those times?
For me, especially with this whole process, has been, talking to my loved ones and my close family.
Especially when I'm on the road, get a bit of homesickness, but fortunately with technology these days, I'm able to call the missus, call my parents, stay connected with the people who supported me through all my tough times.
When the times get toughest, those are the people that I turn to, and God is who I turn to, and I've been able to get strength from it.
Making sure you're managing your relationships, leaning on the people that you know you can lean on, has been huge.
It's a really important thing for the players to know, to talk to someone, to open.
How brilliant is it in terms of having this teammate environment that obviously you go out there physically and try and dominate with each other, but then again, it's that sort of camaraderie that's so important to then having good mental well-being.
I think you build so many great friends throughout rugby that is like my safe place.
Your life is kind of like a stool. If you only have rugby and there's only one peg, it's easy to topple over.
Yeah.
But once you have multiple pegs, you have your family, you have a mental health lead, you have those resources, and you have more stability, you're not going to topple over. And that's something that I really take with me everywhere I go.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
It's here and it's right for you, the rugby fans. It is the Fantasy League game for Major League Rugby, the only exclusive Fantasy League game for Major League Rugby globally. Getting started is easy. Just log into the platform, head to the play section, and you're in the game. But there's an important step, connecting your wallet.
That's right. To collect player cards, you need to fund your wallet. Oval E offers various options like Ramp, Taurus, MetaMask, each with its own advantages. This process is just a straightforward way to buy in-game tokens, enhancing your gaming experience by allowing you to access different features and player cards within the game.
Once you're set up, explore the play section to see available tournaments. It's where all the action happens.
Looking for new cards? Head to the primary marketplace. And if you're into trading, the secondary marketplace is your playground to sell and swap cards.
Ooh, Oval E is not just a game, Corbs, it's a rugby community and an experience. Whether you're competing in tournaments or trading cards, there's something for every rugby fan.
Exactly. So log in, set up your wallet, and start your manager's journey in Oval E. It's easy, fun, and the rewards are just waiting for you.
Whey protein is my favorite product. Best part about it is I can have it straight after a workout or a training session.
My favorite product is vitamin D. Back in DC, we practice a lot indoors, especially in winter, don't get a lot of sunlight, so having some vitamin D is important. We select Thorn because we know it's tested and it's safe to use.
Folks, we are here to make the fast food business faster. Many times we don't really know what to order, but there is a part of your body that always does.
Introducing Taste ID. Taste ID will revolutionize the way that your consumers consume.
With just one generous lick. Oh, sorry. There we go. Taste ID will create and order exactly the combo you would like to eat.
And apologies, there's just the one prototype, so you'll just feel free to share.
How do you know our customers will like it?
Like it? They're gonna lick it.
Nice.
Go ahead, lick it, Bob. It has an antivirus. You gotta lick it to get the French fries, Bob.
Come on, where's the Bob we saw last night at the hotel bar?
Get a technology partner that knows your business and your consumers. Globant, technology that really dares to delight.
Welcome to the Rugby Rundown on the Rugby Network. Join myself, Alex Corbacero, and Will Hooley as we bring you your weekly rugby fix.
With the big news, special guests, and unparalleled access, this is your rugby show.
From college rugby, Premiership Women's Rugby, MLR, and more, we've got you covered.
Watch exclusively on the Rugby Network.
Come along for the ride as we bring you the Rugby Rundown.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
Credo Rugby is a development platform that helps rugby clubs create and sell their on-field, training, and supporters gear. We work with clubs of all sizes, from grassroots to professional, and help them generate revenue to support their continuous development. Attention all rugby fans. World Rugby Shop is your one-stop shop for all your rugby gear needs. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, World Rugby Shop offers an extensive selection of top-quality gear and apparel to elevate your game. From jerseys and shorts to boots and accessories, we've got you covered. Visit us today to see why World Rugby Shop is your ultimate destination for everything rugby. Gear up today.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. We're at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex, just about 30 minutes north of that capital. We are getting ready for our second half of our Women's Division I Championship. Take a look at the action. Tim, take us through it.
Yeah, big time try there. Michelle Reyes dots it home for the first try of the match. They were able to put up 24 unanswered points. Just relentless play off to the right-hand side. Easy money as well for Jamin to take it home for the second try. Utah started to get the engines cranking a little bit towards the end with that late try, but too much here throughout most of the match. You see Lutton with the final pass that ended up in a try. The last one there, Etta Mylau, number 2, dives home for the first try for the Utah Vipers. And Wendy, hopefully that's enough to give them a little bit of momentum here for the second half.
And our score here, 24-7 Utah with that conversion at the end there. See where they can start there, and that is not what Nova wants, but if you're Utah, now you've got a great opportunity for a scrum.
Again, such good momentum there that they were able to get a try late in the first half. Their biggest detriment so far has just been not being able to retain possession. Too many knock-ons, too many steals from the rucks from Nova. Maybe sending an extra player, maybe pods of 3 when they decide to smash it with their forwards. Let's see if they make any adjustments here. Just looking to take another try in.
Utah in that white jersey. Both of these sides, if you're just tuning in, lots of purple on this field today. Utah in the white and Nova in the full purple. You've been watching all weekend on the Rugby Network. Now Utah starting to get some of their connections together. We've seen them struggle a bit in the first half. That late try, I have to wonder, it was definitely a boost, and you go into halftime and have a chat and then put it all together as Elise Carey, their youngest member of this squad at 19 years of age. Widdison wearing number 3. Takes a couple players to get them down. Scrum half, she's been so strong to get Toki, just the connection for this team. Nice carry there. We have seen Utah with a lot more possession in the first half, the last part of the first half, and starting this one strong. Big carry by the second Mylau on this pitch, gets them all the way across the 22, excuse me, she's wearing 25. Now Utah, a little bit of a loose pass there, having to track back, but this is actually where they are the best. They love broken play, and they dish there. The beautiful work to get it to McKee, but a whistle thrown forward, but that is what we've been waiting to see for this Utah side.
So close there. Looked like they were going to be able to spring that one out to the outside to Malatai with the pass. And you see that drift a couple of meters. She had some pace there. But again, our ARs from all over the country were right there. Be able to Hawkeye that one from the sidelines. And we'll set up a turnover ball. But as you mentioned, that's exactly what we want to see here from the Vipers as they continue to get those engines cranking. The Mylau sisters have been incredible. They had 3 straight pick and goes to be able to punch in that first try late in the first half. As we wait here on a sub. But Wendy, this might be exactly what the Vipers need. If they can get another try, boy, are they right in this national championship fight.
Absolutely, a try would be huge for them in the opening moments of the second half. You can just see Nova Mo McInerney coming off with an injury, so we've got a replacement on the pitch. Some fresh legs a little bit early, where we know Nova's got a full slate of reserves and Utah's only got 5. Utah trying to last as long as they can with this starting side.
Anna Ray Clark, number 22, the sub onto the pitch.
They're going to stand this one up and try again. Packing down again. We have seen a little bit of a push coming from the Vipers side. Hasn't done too much to disrupt Nova. If they could get a shove on, looking at some of these weights that are available to us, they do have a bit more in the engine room. And there's a little bit of a push, but again, it's just not really disrupting them. The experience of the 8 Miller, she's just absorbing it and picking the ball at the base, and it's exactly what you do when you've got a strong scrum against you. Nice carry there by Nova to get across the 22-meter line. Lazy runners in there. It's going to be an easy call for Oliver of offsides.
Yeah, just couldn't get back on sides quick enough. Hit with the pass. Move their way down the pitch.
It's a decent clearing kick. Set Nova up with a line out.
One name we haven't called too often, Sandy Kanuch, has been a pretty big force, number 6 there for the Utah Vipers. We've seen a couple of big hits that she's levied in there. Did a great job coming off, peeling off of that scrum and making a big collision here a couple moments ago.
Just seeing Shannon Woolley, must have been a blood sub, I'm wondering, as you see a bit of changes in Utah's lineup. Shannon Woolley coming in back in with her head wrapped. You can see a Utah player coming off. So we did have a few switches there that we weren't able to catch. So Teo wearing number 1 came in just for a few minutes there to give Woolley a chance to get patched up. But good to see the captain back out with her side. Big pressure coming from Utah, stopping this Nova attack. They didn't get any ground on that. Now you can see hands in on that ruck, but no poach. So it stays with Nova. We have seen the Vipers are really dangerous at the breakdown. And this one tied up in a maul. Now it goes to deck. Some misdirection in the back line for Nova, leaving that wing wide open. With a bit of grass in front of her, she is caught finally. This is what we've seen from Nova when they've had the ball. It's been consistent, continuity, been able to apply pressure to Utah. Scoring those couple of points early on in the first half. A little knock on there, so Utah will get a scrum. Another good opportunity for them.
Better defense from the Vipers here in the second half as well, as they are holding strong and have fully pinned Nova inside this half of the pitch the entire first 5 minutes of the match, of the second half. Really looking like a different team here as they look to twist the gears a little bit tighter, possibly creep back into this match.
And just below me here, I'm on the balcony, I can see Phoenixville. They're parading their second place plate and medals around. It's their first time ever at Nationals, and you know they would have won it, but second place isn't so bad for your first time at Nationals. Whitehorse, congratulations to them. And of course, Tampa Crew winning that women's D2 in Utah all the way to the 22-meter line. Again, we've seen them here a couple of times. Need to take advantage of every opportunity, as Nova now turning that over. Has been the story for both of these sides. Ball retention, an issue. Into touch. So now Utah get it right back.
Camille Johnson for Northern Virginia was able to get her mitts on it with a great poach there. Oliver was watching the entire time. Legally was able to take that one away. There, another turnover, as it'll be a line out back to the Lady Vipers.
Long throw. Quickly out to the backs, into McKee's hands. So dangerous. Beautiful footwork there. Finally caught from behind. A good tackle. Loose ball again. It's been the issue for Utah this weekend. Now Nova will take over. And there's a nice step there. The ankle grab. Now from behind. Try saving tackle. Lots of Nova players around, though. That one's going to be offsides. We do have Nova down with a yellow card, and here comes another discussion. This time with Utah on that body language, pretty clear from Oliver. No more, or you leave me with no options.
Vaimalau Manuo caught on the wrong side there, just a little too aggressive as they were coming up to make another charge. Manuo, though, some big time hits. She has been a force there on the defensive end, but Now finally an opportunity here for Nova to possibly creep over that midfield stripe here. It looks like they may take this one tight. We'll see what they decide to do with it. They will take the scrum down 6 minutes into this match and still looking for some daylight on the opposite end of the pitch.
We are seeing a couple of substitutions for Nova. Katie Noyoga coming in wearing number 25, and I believe we saw one more, but I couldn't catch the number, so we'll try to get that for you when we can. But 2 substitutions for Nova. It's about the right time. We usually see substitutions 50th, 60th minute. Going to be key as Utah has only had the 1 sub where Hess came in for an injury. So 4 substitutions left for them. The weather is a little bit better today. It's only 88 degrees, and we were on that turf field yesterday, Tim and I, most of our games. And the offsides there, easy call for Oliver. And this might be another card as she just had another chat. Let's see what Oliver's got for us.
Clearly not out.
Great job there on the back of the scrum to keep that ball in. Fantastic work there from Katie Miller. Miller just got that long leg back behind the ball, kept it in, and earned her team the penalty. Not too often is the number 8 really starting to trick the opposing scrum half there. It was a clear penalty and a yellow card given. So a little bit more difficult, a little more pressure now on the Vipers. They look good in the first 10 minutes, but Nova have held strong.
And that's a tough one. They'll have to adjust as it was the scrum half getting that yellow card. So we're even 14 on 14 as far as players. Nova just a little bit longer on that yellow card, I have to imagine. Possession back with Nova again. A little loop play there, missed tackle. Replacement scrum half coming around and couldn't quite grab that one. Nice little inside ball. Nice line from Lutton. Nova just getting back to work. This is what we've seen in the first half. That one ball definitely out there. Utah with a steal. Good timing, said the referee Oliver on that one. Looking for a bit of space on the outside. It's Hess getting tied up immediately. Utah, you can see, just slow to get back. There is some space on this side, and Mylau seeing it. Now the offload. Utah supporters, that fitness might be becoming a factor. We're not seeing them as quick to come help their mates. Mylau carrying twice in a row. Have a crew player just slow to get up there as we play around them. Not missing a beat with the replacement scrum half coming in and making quick work of it. There's Hess behind the door, pass. Nova keen to poach this though. Have they stolen? They have. It's like the CD player's on skip. It's stuck. Nova stealing every time Utah gets a bit of momentum. Short pass to the pod. To the right they go, keeping it with those forwards. The loose forwards have worked so hard for Nova today. Now to the backs, missed pass. Pass back inside. It's gone backwards, will play on. Now a knock on, just I think player got a little confused about where they were on the pitch. So Utah take over. Definitely seeing Utah slowed this down a bit. Seems like a tactical decision.
Really, Wendy, we have not adjusted too much on this half of the pitch. We still are pinned in between this midfield stripe and the 10-meter line, where we have spent almost the entire 11 minutes of this first half. Some great plays coming in. RK Lutton, number 12 for Nova, came in with a big-time poach to get possession back, and we've seen a lot of that. Not as much here in the second half, as the Vipers have done a better job with ball retention. It's still an issue as Nova continues to always search for the poaches.
They are, and they've been precise there today as the replacement scrum half, taking it around the edge. Tavita coming in from that fly half position and now playing scrum half, so they just kind of slid everybody in, but another knock on. These errors piling up for Utah. Did see them score at the buzzer of the first half, so we know they can do it.
You see the second look, that pass just a little forward, and then the kick, just trying to keep things moving, but Tumalatai could not grab it around the ankles there, and will get sent back for another scrum. Really for Northern Virginia, just trying to get a little bit of ball retention themselves here. Again, 4 tries in the first half, but this will be their first time progressing across the midfield stripe here in the second.
Seeing a Nova player coming to the sideline.
Lost a boot.
Her shoe. I thought that was a water bottle, but it was her shoe. So putting on that shoe, need that to run around for sure.
Really, Wendy, as we take another look at this squad here for the Utah Vipers, again, yesterday only had 4 subs, only used a couple of them, full 80 minutes for most of these ladies out there, and then again today having to do the same thing. So it felt like they really needed a quick start. They didn't get that, so they've had to fight tooth and nail. They got that late try in the first half, just have not been able to piece anything together and get over the line yet. They've looked better, but again, that fuel in the tank could be running a little bit low. As again, Tumalatai couldn't get that last pass, and more knock-ons aboard here for the Vipers.
And that temperature out there on the field just raising now up to 89 degrees. So we're just 1 degree shy of 90. And Nova's gonna pin deep. That's a beautiful kick. And it's gonna roll like forever. Gorgeous. Crowd is loving that.
They were just in front of the midfield stripe, brought back behind, as we see a good glimpse of it here, just in front of that. So no 50-22, but a fantastic kick, as you see with the left boot. Just able to get this one to trickle all the way down the field, and now really able to apply some pressure on the defensive end.
So it's Utah ball, of course. Out the 8-meter line, they're gonna have to work out of that space, and wouldn't be surprised here if they're gonna run this out. We've seen them do it plenty of times. But that one's not gonna be straight first. So this will give Nova a huge opportunity for them to possibly get their first points in the second half here.
Anytime that ball hits on the outside body of the jumper, it's an easy call for the referee. Obvious not straight there, and so the pressure starting to mount again for the Vipers. They've held strong the last 15 to 20 minutes and have kept Nova off the board, but this is the most threatening they've been in that time frame.
We creep over to that 54th minute. Very stable platform for Nova. Nice, beautiful inside switch, and just gonna sail in there is Ariel Johnson for her second try of the match.
Johnson's so quick there, and again, I believe the first one was off of a hard line as well. The inside pass, and she has been fantastic from that outside center position. That all goes back to the training grounds. Nikki Roberts and Brian Montanga have got to be happy with this performance here. Beautifully done, out the back, nice stable platform, exactly what you need, and the fly half takes it. Camille Johnson to Johnson. The second time we've seen that on the little switch. Beautiful play, and right now, the Vipers just nothing in response for that bit of action. And another try up on the board, the 5th of the match there for Nova.
Wait for the conversion attempt, just peeking in on our men's Division II championship on the other field. Miami Tridents up 5-0 over Oceanside Chiefs. Every time I glance at that screen, though, Oceanside's got the ball, so they're threatening, but Miami first to score over there.
Opportunity coming there. A huge matchup between two great squads there in the men's D2 championship. And that kick is good. So 7-0 as the Miami Tridents look to push their way forward and get crowned as national champions. Two already in the books, Austin Blacks and Tampa Crew, already with the hardware. Right now in this match, it is all Nova, 29-7, the big time try that they needed to keep the stranglehold on this match.
Shannon Woolley just trying to dribble it maybe across that 10-meter line. It doesn't go 10, though. She does have the wind in her face. So now we'll have another chance for Nova. Just can't have those mistakes. Turning that ball over again.
Great squad here for the Utah Vipers. They've been building and building over the last 10 years. Lots of youth on this roster. Big 31-22 victory over Pittsburgh. Again, we started to see those legs getting a little tired in that match as well. It was 31-3, and it was 19 points in a row by Pittsburgh. 3 late tries to creep back into it. They have got to throw that aside. They have got to play their best rugby of the season right now in the last 25 minutes of this match. They need it badly, and they've got to come away against the head here in this scrum from midfield.
Nova with split backs again as we get a great camera view of that scrum. Just been very stable, no problems at the scrum today for either team being allowed to do whatever they want, but good pressure there. Ball comes out the back though. Around the side, there's lots of room for the fullback. They zoom in, gets around one. Finally, McKee, she's been so critical for them in the back. She's stopping a couple of events today, tries potentially. Now they'll just go from the base, Nova. They can start to kind of work this clock a little bit. Good carry there, about the 5-meter line. And another, this is how they scored in the first half, twice on the other end of the pitch. So intentioned, just taking their time, so calm. They always have a supporter on their hip. Utah driving them back a little bit there. It's another big drive, Mylau. Pushing them back, now 7 meters, but the phases start to stack up so they can go with the backs. To the inside center, she's got some space in front of her. It's a slicing run, and what a score that is for the Vipers. It's the replacement, number 17, Emily Fulbrook scoring.
Love the logo, the slogan on the back, bleed purple. These Nova ladies have been incredible this match, driving in their second try of the second half. And Emily Fulbrook, the recipient out there on the edge. As we go through this yet again, nice looping run, come around the back pass there. Things fully opening up. And into contact goes Fulbrook, capped as USA Sevens. She is showing off here in the open field on the 15 side as well. Great line into the try zone, dots it down, and extends the lead for Nova.
And this lead starting to look a little bit unsurmountable for Utah. Not impossible, of course. Could be very difficult. They started it right by scoring just before the buzzer at the first half, but haven't been able to muster anything else in this second half. As we wait for Camille Johnson to attempt this kick. She's a USA Mixed Team Champion 2023 last year, and that one's gonna sail wide. Also a NERA National Champion in 2018, so Camille Johnson, lots of experience at that 10 position.
Let's take another look through the hands nicely, and things opening up for them to be able to shove this one right through. Again, a fantastic line. And really, Wendy, I go back to the first 10 minutes of this second half. Utah had to play on the front foot. Did a great job there, but just too much power and pace here from the ladies. They bleed purple, and they are ahead big in the second half.
That they are. We're going to step away for a moment. Water break. Nova 36, Utah 7.
The moment you have all been waiting for has finally arrived. The first rugby game that allows you to play and get rewards is now live. Step into tournaments, be the ultimate manager, earn free jerseys and match tickets. It is the heart of rugby, now in digital glory. Build your strategy using real player cards. It's your game, your moves. Buy, trade, play, and create your lineup. For cards, your legacy. Experience rugby like never before. Take your fantasy rugby experience to the next level. Join Overly.
There might be some dark days, and who have you relied on, and who's been sort of your support system to get you through those times?
For me, especially with this whole process, has been, talking to my loved ones and my close family.
Especially when I'm on the road, get a bit of homesickness, but fortunately with technology these days, I'm able to call them in.
In Texas Capitol, the grounds, many a protest I've attended there for various causes over the years. We're back at our Round Rock multi-purpose complex where Nova in the driver's seat, 36-7. Utah, beautiful take on that kickoff, but maybe not 10. Oh, give it to him, Oliver.
Yeah, so close to that line. But again, just another mishap against the Vipers. And again, the first 10 minutes of this second half, the Vipers were over into Nova territory the entire time, but great Nova defense repelled them away. It looked like if they were going to be able to get back into it, that was the Vipers' chance. They pushed them out, progressed their way down the pitch, and now 2 more tries up on the board have them in total control.
And we talked a bit about this earlier, Tim. They have the experience. They've won this in 2019 and 2022. They lost San Diego last year, so they got their retribution on Friday, beating them. And then, they want to take this home, and they did their prep work for it. They played Colombia this summer, and there are 5 players on this team that played the Colombia national team to do that. They want this, and they've done the preparation to get here. And the work just continuing for Nova. Now just outside that 40-meter line, Utah stealing. It's the captain, Woolley. Have to see some tries coming from Utah quickly here if they're going to have a chance to crawl back from this. And this is the complete opposite of what we were saying in their game against Pittsburgh Forge. Utah came out fast and hard, scored early, and then Forge was the one trying to make the comeback. So Utah feeling like it's opposite day, perhaps.
Yeah, the kick there, maybe not the right option. It was a good job by Edamai Lau, number 2. Charge that one down. She has been relentless out there, but just need a little bit more team continuity to be able to progress their way down the pitch.
A little bit of a rock and roll there, so pausing at the bottom to hold those flying defenders, but no worry there as Utah covers. Gets the tackle there. We're seeing Utah's defense has been good. It's been those couple of tries. It's been when they've come back across the grain line, as they say, so hard to defend against that when they cut across the grain. McKee has been key for Utah today. I've said that several times, and it's just because it's true. She has been so strong for them back there, really been saving a lot of potential try scoring 30 years of age, out of St. George, Utah, went to Utah Tech University, has played for 13 years, and is an office manager. So Dallas McKee, just been critical for them back there. A bright spot for this Viper side.
She had a try yesterday as well, but has been held out so far in this match. Just 7 points up on the board. Again, they put up 31 yesterday against Pittsburgh, but a different squad they're facing here. Nova have been extremely good on the defensive end.
Utah has used another one of their replacements, Megan Bingham, coming in wearing number 21, 29 years of age, only played for 2 years. So getting her cap for Utah in this national championship match. Nova crossing that 22-meter line, looking threatening again. Does Utah have an answer? Lots of space out here. Can they exploit it? One of the reserves getting some time. Towner wearing number 19 with a big carry. Now the consistency we've seen with this forward pack. The reserves have come in and nothing has changed. It's just been right back to the Nova formula. And there's a try scorer herself, Fulbrook, wearing 17. She's come on and made a big impact. The 8, little goose step there to try to get around the defender. Utah looking to counter, stays with Nova though. Big carry by Noriega. Now out to the right side, Johnson swallowed. Looking for an offload. A bit of a knock there, just a scrum advantage. So Nova going a little bit backwards. That Utah pressure coming through. Slow ball. Gonna come in from the side there. It's an easy penalty for Oliver. Nova's gonna go quick behind her back though. Here if this one will come back. Playing on all the way to the corner. The fullback. She was so close to scoring in that first half. Joe Asiman getting it in.
Asiman did a great job, but beautiful use of the hands. Hit multiple players to get it all the way outside to her. She has been dangerous throughout the match. As we see again, nice pass there from the fly half. Camille Johnson has run the show fantastically throughout the day and through the hands all the way outside. Also good job, Aline Towner, getting involved in the action too. But a fantastic effort from Asumang this match out of James Madison University. Has been fantastic on the outside edges and really been that spark that's been able to push them over the edge multiple times now.
As we wait for the formalities, up next, the last match on this field will be the men's D1 championship, Belmont Shore versus St. Louis Bombers. Of course, our men's D2 match on the other field, that championship, Miami in the driver's seat over there, up 13-0 over Oceanside. But Oceanside, O-side as they call them, had an epic comeback yesterday. I was lucky to be on the call for that one, and they were able to come back, so we know they can do it. That conversion is going to be just short. Nova handling this one 41-7 with plenty of time on the clock.
Yeah, this one's starting to get a little bit out of hand as Nova continuing to push down the field. That's 3 tries here in the second half. Again, the Vipers had all the momentum coming out of the break. They scored just before. They had 10 minutes of possession straight there on the opponent's half of the pitch. But Nova held strong on the defensive end and now put together 3 tries to really get in front big.
Jackson.
Utah definitely resilient in here, and now a poach attempt, but not legally, got to roll away.
Maybe bailed out a little bit by that one. Looked like it was free there to take, but another crack at it.
They're going to go quick. They don't have a choice at this point. They've got to score. Here comes that physical play we've been seeing all weekend from them. The mistakes have just been the story for them. Very difficult to overcome. Manu O with a big carry, wearing that number 8, driving from the back of the scrum. Edda Milau now with a carry. Now the block. Olivier to the backs. There is some space, but big defense by Nova to shut that down. Gonna go back for the penalty advantage.
We saw them go quick the last time. Things slowed down a bit. We're really watching the pick and goes. They're putting all the forwards into it and just driving with tons of support. And that really, again, that was the thing that was getting them in the first half. Finally starting to get things clicking.
You can see just the chat there. Already received 1 yellow card for repeated infringements earlier.
Second opportunity, stick with them. The next one is going to be I'll tell you when to go.
So Nova again receiving instructions to clean it up. But now a little trickery there from Utah. Misdirection. Milau driving to the line. 2 meters out. A little tied up though. It's a maul, so they've got to get this out. See if they've actually touched it down, or is it short? Oliver getting really in there. Make a decision. Try awarded. Milau getting it done. Second try of the day for Utah.
And Milau has been a great competitor. We've seen charge downs, we've seen big tackles, and now another try up on the board. Wendy, last time she was here with us, back in New Year's at Freetail 7, she came home with the championship there with HEB. So she loves playing here on Round Rock and gets another try up on the board. Oliver there, peeling the defenders off, finding that try at the bottom of the pile. And great effort, relentless play here for the Utah Vipers. A great tournament for them, but just too much from Nova.
And that kick will go wide. Nova 41, Utah 12. Nice to see them get some points in this second half. About 8 minutes left in this game. Not impossible, but a huge mountain to climb. But you know Utah, we know them. They're resilient. They are not going to stop. They're going to keep going. If they had no subs, they would keep going.
Really feels like a lot of youth on this squad. This is going to be a team that we will be talking about for years to come as well. Made the push and won their league this year, and have continued to really make a statement here on the D1 side.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we'll be talking about Utah for years to come. They've got a great program, good coaching staff, support up there. Just got to work out that competition for them. The snow and the weather makes it really difficult. They can't play in the fall very much. And in the spring, it's a very compressed schedule for them. They did come down to Austin and played their championship against the Sharks a couple weeks ago and laid a whooping on them, 45-5, and looked primed for nationals. But this Nova side has just come and used every inch of their experience in this game. Utah, as we've been talking about, isn't going to stop, can't stop, won't stop. It's the vice captain, Tavita, has come in at that scrum half position. Now it's out to McKee. Support still there for Utah. Need somebody to come play scrum half. There we go. Now to their forwards. Just to bounce that ball out. So now big scrum for Nova. 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, Tumalatai. Pepe Tumalatai, number 12, was terrific yesterday. Had a try to her name. Just today, it's been tough sledding throughout the match. She's worked hard, but just has not been able to find those game breakers. And this one lost forward. Another turnover ball back to Nova.
Appreciate you tuning in on the Rugby Network. with the production crew of Next Level Rugby. It's been a fantastic weekend. Already crowned 2 champions, getting ready to crown a 3rd here. Of course, our men's D2 match happening on the other field will be the next, and then we'll have our men's D1 to close out the weekend. Nova coming from depth, finding some space. Good defense again by Utah. Ends up in the try scorer's hands. Patronizia, a penalty. Utah doing the work, and Dallas McKee loving that. Small victories for this Vipers side.
Yeah, no quit in this squad as they continue to push hard, continue to be relentless on the defensive end, taking the small victories as they come through this national championship. This one will fine touch, give them a little bit of relief here, but in the final 4 minutes, Nova look to take this one home. They've been incredible throughout the match. Maybe an exclamation point coming. They'll have to steal this one away here at the line out.
Etta Milau with the throw in. Hear that crowd getting behind that Nova side. It's a huge miss pass over the top for Utah. McKee has to track back. She's in the end goal. She's lost control. We're going to have to see who's going to touch that one down.
She scooped that one up. It didn't look like she applied pressure to it. Now they're going to give it to her, say that it was brought in and touched down. So we'll have a 5-meter scrum coming. And Wendy, as we turn our attention to the other side of the field, or the other pitch, the men's D2 national championship, Miami on top big here by 18 points.
They've been relentless. They played very well at Gulf Coast. I got to watch that game with Miami Tridents. Really talented side. A lot of those players, some foreign influence, but of course Americans, but just have played all over the world and really bringing that strength with them. See Johnson there, Ariel Johnson, so key for this Nova side. 12 years of experience as Nova. Scrum, little drive there, looking for a pushy try. Meant to be this time.
Lindsay Oliver, our referee, has done a great job throughout this match, keeping both teams ready to play. A couple of yellow cards we've already seen throughout, so laying down the law nicely, making sure we've got a nice stable platform here for the scrum.
So we are on referee time. It'll be on Oliver's watch now. Our clock, of course, says about 2, but you never know. So Nova getting very close to returning his national championships. Of course, they've done it in 2019 and 22, and were second runners-up last year, but you know they want the cup. They want it all. And they can return that championship back to the Atlantic region. They'll be very proud to do that. Switch hit there, big tackles coming in. Utah again just not stopping, no give in them. Nova chugging the train along. Can they get one more? Put a dot on this and a bow. 5 meters out. Switch directions, but good defense from Utah, pushing them back. Now they've stolen it. Small drive there from the Vipers. But we saw them do this in their match on Friday. They were so good at the breakdown, stealing it from the heart of the Forge, but this has been Nova this whole match today. Utah's had very little possession. Now they get the penalty, collapsing the maul.
Great work that time, number 5, Ahotai Aloa. Great job running into the teeth of the defense. Just not a lot of energy left here for the ladies in white.
Ilau gets them across the 22-meter line. Nova's defense has been very good today. They've also been stealing at the breakdown, poaching when it counted, stifling Utah's attack as we can see them pushing them backwards now. just continuing their relentless work. Nova takes over. Into the red is our clock. Dying moments of this match. Noriega with a big carry. And a penalty there, in from the side.
I don't know, that was great power there from Teo, but just a little bit too much of an angle. And Oliver dings them for the penalty, and our final play could come here with the boot of Camille Johnson.
They're going to go for that penalty goal, see if they can just extend this line, and of course it will work that clock down as well. So we could be seeing the last moments before Nova becomes the Women's D1 Championship here at Round Rock Multipurpose Complex. They return as champions. And that one straight through, and that does it. The final whistle. Nova are your 2024 USA Women's Division I National Championships. They've waited, they've worked, they've prepared. Again, they become the champions. Fantastic work by this side, but kudos to Utah. Their first time at this level. They played a fantastic match on Friday against a very difficult opponent, Pittsburgh Forge, and got here to this Final Four, placing second in the nation. They will be very, very proud to go home to their fans with that second place title.
Great work from Northern Virginia. They had the right game plan. They took the strength of the Utah Vipers, which was the defensive poaches, away from them with relentlessness in the rucks. Did a great job, and they had 2 tries there from Ariel Johnston, number 13. A fantastic performance from her. Her number 10, Camille Johnson, with a couple assists as well. And a fantastic performance for Nova as they secure the national championship.
We will have that trophy presentation and runner-up plate for you in just a moment. But have to feel that Nova, they've done all the work, and of course beating San Diego on Friday was a bit of retribution, and then to get it done today on Sunday at the National Championship Finals. And see the excitement as those players get organized over there. And some of these players have been playing for Nova for 10 decades, 10 decades, 100 years, but 10 years plus. They've bled purple, as you said, Tim, and have just absolutely done the work to get here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew King is now going to award our D1 Women's National Champions and runner-ups. Andrew.
Thanks so much. This is Andrew King, chair of the 15s Competitions Committee. Thank you all for tuning in. Utah Vipers, great season for you guys. Great matches this weekend. Sorry I didn't end the way you wanted to, but here you go. National Women's D1 runner-up. Thank you so much.
Yo, cameraman, move!
And now for the presentation of the most valuable player for Women's D1, your number 13, Ariel Johnson. There you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to present the Women's Division I National Championship to Nova Women's Rugby.
Woo! Deja vu, Ariel. Here we are again. Yeah, let's both get in the picture. Come on, we'll keep doing the interview. Here we are again, Nova Women's Rugby. Both of these teams, 31 in the semifinal. Come here, get real quick. Really quick, 31-31. Both these teams ended in the last semifinal. Here you are, and you guys made quite the statement. Bleed purple, you quite did. How did it feel?
I mean, I don't even have words for what I'm feeling right now. We've been here the last 4 years in a row. Every team has been different every year, and I am putting all my trust in those ladies back there and our coaches. This is for the present, but this is also for the past, Nova. Bleed purple.
And obviously, you guys came into this and you're leaving as national champions and you're leaving as MVP. What do tournaments like this do for organizations like yours?
Oh my gosh, so much just out there, getting our name out there, getting women's rugby out there, playing the Surfers semis, like that. To see that, to do that, it just, I don't know. It's amazing. I'm overwhelmed.
Well, go ahead and congratulations and go practice with your team. See you guys later. That was the Women's D1 National Championships. Nova's going home with the title this year. Obviously, good rugby from both sides, but don't worry, it ain't over. So make sure you don't flip that dial. Stay on the Rugby Network. Keep tuning in, checking in with the scores. We got games going on over here, and that's right, the big kahuna, the D1 Men's National Championship, coming up when we return on this Next Level Rugby production.
Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
It's here and it's right